At the state capitol, lawmakers are talking about a bill to require city leaders to give people notice and hold public hearings before they can convert properties into shelters or housing for the homeless.
It comes after a controversial move by Austin City Council back in 2021. Members voted to buy an old Candlewood Suites hotel and turn it into Pecan Gardens, a permanent supportive housing facility for people 55 years old and older who were experiencing homelessness. Neighbors and Williamson County leaders said the city never notified them.
KVUE's Malia Masamoto is live at Pecan Gardens. And Malia, the Senate Committee on Local Government is discussing that bill right now.
Yeah, that's right, Brian and Quita. And the owners of these two hotels here told me they, along with the other businesses on this street, didn't have clear communication from the city about how they were changing this building right here. Now, 4 years later, a proposal aims to boost transparency. Over at the Hampton Inn and the Hilton on Pecan Park Boulevard in Northwest Austin,
starting from Ms. Frida's place to usually by end of this, there will be at least 1 or 2 shopping carts.
Shopping carts and fire trucks are not what Rupal Chaudhry expected to see daily near her business of the last 19 years.
If something like this was coming in your backyard, I bet you would want to know it too. Right. And it requires some form of notice, some form of hearing, and addressing the concerns.
In 2021, the Austin City Council voted to buy this building, once a Candlewood Suites hotel, to turn it into Pecan Gardens, a permanent supportive housing development for unhoused seniors. Neighbors claim the city kept them in the dark.
It is taxpayers' money. Where is the accountability? Where's the transparency to this process? You know, who was notified that this is okay out here?
Since then, neighbors have fought for transparency.
We were looking for answers, and I think the questions that we raised still stand today.
The last 2 legislative sessions, State Senator Charles Schwartner filed bills that would require cities to give notice and hold public hearings before converting a property into a homeless shelter.
This lack of transparency and coordination not only undermined trust, but also left the community vulnerable with no clear plan to support at-risk populations.
This session, that legislation is Senate Bill 617. And while the proposal hasn't become law, Chaudhry says the need for clear communication from cities remains top of mind.
This is a very important issue because you impact thousands of people within this 1 mile. We have so many residents, so many businesses. You're transforming lives here.
SB 617 would also allow people to bring lawsuits against cities if they fail to follow the rules that are set out in this bill. Live in Northwest Austin, Malia Masamoto, KVUE News.